cons of living in Pittsburgh. I have 3 pros and 3 cons. We'll get to the pros right now, we'll get to the cons later. The first pro is affordability. Everybody always hears that Pittsburgh is such an affordable city, and it is. The average home price here is $274,000. If you're coming from a major city, that seems unbelievable. You're probably used to the average home price being $500,000, $750,000 or $1 million. Here, you can get a home for under $300,000. It's amazing. Also, if you want to move just a little bit out of the city in Westmoreland County, the average home price there is only $220,000. Now, the next great thing about Pittsburgh is the outdoor activity here. Pittsburgh has 165 parks just in the city of Pittsburgh, 3,800 acres. Now in Allegheny County, we have 9 county parks with 12,000 acres of property. So you can go bike riding, you can go boat riding. In some of the county parks, you can actually take guided tours by the rangers and learn about birds that inhabit those parks. You can learn about the trees, the vegetation. In the city parks, they're gonna have live concerts, they're gonna have movies, many things to do in our parks. Another great thing to do here, Med, Ed, and Tech. What's that stand for? Medical, Education, Technology. Medical. UPMC is the #1 employer in Pennsylvania. It's also a nationally ranked hospital over and over and over again. Year after year after year, many programs at UPMC are ranked in the top 10, top 20, top 50 across the country and in the world. Their adult specialty program right now is #9 in the country. Education. Did you know that there's 48 college and universities within a 50-mile radius of Pittsburgh? So if you're coming to Pittsburgh and you're worried about your child going too far away, you have lots of options to stay at least within an hour drive of you. Just in the city of Pittsburgh, you have Carnegie Mellon. Carnegie Mellon was the first university to go wireless back in 1999. Now, how many of us out there actually remember plugging your computer in with a wire to get the internet? I remember. Do you? Down the street, we have University of Pittsburgh, a gigantic medical hospital which is associated with University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and home to the University of Pitt Panthers. Down the street from there, we have Duquesne University, which has a nationally recognized law school and nursing school. We also have a few other city schools. We have Chatham College, we have Carlow College, we have Point Park University, not to mention all the other universities within an hour's drive. We have Penn State, which is only 3 hours away. So lots of different options here. Okay, now for the cons. Traffic. Now, traffic everywhere is terrible, right? You hate traffic where you live now, you're gonna hate traffic here. Traffic's terrible. So Pittsburgh is built on a triangle. It is not a grid. We have 1,000,000 bridges. I'm exaggerating. We have 443 bridges, 3 rivers, 3 major tunnels going into 3 different areas of the town. So yeah, traffic's not gonna be great. However, the average time you spend in traffic here is 39 minutes, which when you look at other major cities, is not the worst in the world. So as a con, it's probably not the worst con you're gonna face. #2 con, our weather. So you are not moving to California. You are moving to Pittsburgh. The weather here is not ideal. You are gonna have weeks in the summer where it's hot. We call it the 3 H's. Hot, humid, hazy, and it's miserable, yucky. We had one of those days yesterday. Now the good thing is, you have about 2 weeks of that, and then the summer is pretty enjoyable. In the wintertime, you're gonna have a couple weeks of what's called cabin fever, where you're not gonna wanna leave your house because it's too cold, or you really kinda can't leave your house because it's too cold or too snowy. So get used to shoveling. It's good exercise, right? but it does lead way to the beautiful spring. So of all the trees that we have here with all of our parks, they're gonna lose all their leaves, but come springtime, it's worth it because all the buds on the trees make it absolutely gorgeous. And you're gonna enjoy getting back on the bike and enjoying those trails that we have to offer here in Pittsburgh, which lead to the summer, a few weeks of the hot hazy, but you get to enjoy the lakes, enjoy your time here. So last but not least, our final con of Pittsburgh that we're gonna talk about today are potholes. Do you know what potholes are? They're these gigantic holes in the earth that are gonna wanna swallow up your car and cause lots of damage to your tires. Not really, but they are a little bit of a nuisance. So it is something you're gonna have to be careful of. We even call it pothole season whenever you're gonna see the city workers and the county workers coming around in the springtime filling those potholes. It happens every single year because it's pothole filling season. So you will want to avoid these, and you're gonna see everybody because they swing out in the middle of traffic, and it's just a way of life in Pittsburgh. You'll get used to it. It's a little scary when you first get here, but once you become a Pittsburgher, you'll be right there with the rest of us. So that's it for Pittsburgh. Those are our pros and cons. We're a big enough city to matter, and we're small enough to care. If you want to subscribe, you can click and subscribe here. And if you have any questions, you want to see a video on a neighborhood, you have any other questions, put it in the comments. And if you want more information, I'm Tina Anderson with Realty One Group Platinum, your local Pittsburgh realtor specializing in first-time home buyers. Give me a call, 412-877-6200. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.